Appreciate it, man. That was a wicked. That was great. I loved that, man. That was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I love that. Really good question. I love when people do the research and understand me.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Damon Campbell here at Lincoln Hall in Chicago with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
All right, man. I'm YUNGBLUD. How are you?
Great, man. Great to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Definitely appreciate your time once
No,
again.
thank you for coming out, man. I love the outfit. The attire looks wicked.
Much. Absolutely. Now, being that we're here in Chicago, I understand Chicago Town Pizza has a special place in your house.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I love Chicago. It's one of my favorite cities in America. I don't know. I just love the vibe. I just love the vibe of it. I love how kind of open it is and big yet small. I know that sounds crazy. I like to walk places.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think I grew up kind of like, I was in London a lot, you know what I mean? And I like to walk everywhere.
Totally.
So that means a lot to me. And I got a bit of good luck. A bird shit on my shoulder yesterday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was sat in the park and I was like, oh. But that's luck. That's Chicago. Just give me a little bit of love, right?
Of course.
Yesterday, a bird shit on my left shoulder. In your city. So everybody cheer for that fucking bird.
But specifically, wasn't there a time at like Leeds Festival that they were passing out Chicago Town
Yeah,
Pizza?
bro. I remember at Leeds Festival all weekend. I'd spent all my money on beer because it's so expensive inside. That's the trick.
Yeah.
You bring a case of lager and then you can't take it into the ground, so you run out and then you have to buy beer. And I spent all my money, so on the last day I was starving, no money, had not drunk or eaten anything. I was about to pass out, and it was like, just from the abyss, someone came and gave me a Chicago Town Pizza. I was like, thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. I might have been hallucinating it, but it was like amazing.
Fair enough. And with this tour selling out so quickly, I suppose it could be said that fans have been practically salivating to see you live, especially since I understand there was a time when people were literally spitting on you from the crowd.
Yeah, brother. It was like, this year has felt like such a shift for me in every aspect, in the culture, in what YUNGBLUD has become. I think last year it was amazing, but now it feels like a community of people. Totally. It's not like it feels odd. It's not like I'm playing a show anymore, or they're coming to see a show. It's almost like a code. Yeah. Which is odd. It's like even in the street, we can kind of see each other a mile off. You know what I mean? It was so funny the other day I was walking in New York with my manager, and I saw someone who I knew would kind of stop and want to speak to me, and she saw me like completely about a block away. Yeah. I saw her and she was looked like a little dot, and I was like, I can tell you, that's someone of my community
for sure.
You know what I mean? And it's been amazing, as I say, like to watch an American tour.
Absolutely.
Sell out so quick.
Yeah. And
the next one we just put on sale to be selling out really quickly as well. Just so like humbling to me and a bit mind blowing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like America seemed so alien to me. Right. When I was younger, it seemed so far away from me. I was like, what? And then to be here and to be in the sticker and to be familiar with it. It's like, I'm back in Chicago. Yeah. I know where to go. And I know what streets I like. And I know, you know what I mean, where I'm going to go and have a drink, or where I'm going to go and kick it near the water. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of odd.
It's a beautiful thing.
Ooh, look at me. You know?
Yeah. And was there a time back in the day though where like people in the crowd were like spitting on you, and even your guitar player got into it?
It was weird, man. I was like, I don't know, me and Adam always have spat on each other. Really? I don't get it. I just think it's just like,
so it's a common occurrence?
It's just a common occurrence. Okay. Like we spit on each other a lot. And I love spitting water in the crowd. Yeah. I don't know, I just saw those old like Charles Peterson shots from the Nirvana days when Kurt would be like, and everyone would be spitting, or the Sex Pistols, and there'd just be spit, beer, every sort of bodily fluid all over, and I thought that was so rock and roll, you know?
Totally.
And yeah, it was cool. Now everyone's spitting at each other. Right. It's like, what have we started?
Yeah. And the older generation might feel like you're spitting in the face of tradition, but I'm surprised they aren't actually more inclined to listen to what you have to say, since you ironically had to sing through like a bingo PA early on.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. I remember one of my first gigs, my first band was in a place called Norton Coronation Club, which was a club where the miners would go and get like cheap beer, and they would all have a community, and there'd be like a girls' room and a boys' room. So fucked up, right? And yeah, that was one of my first shows in the bingo PA. But what's been surprising actually has been the vast amount of people coming to the shows.
It's a pretty wide
even
range.
like I always ask my manager, I'm like, what's it look like tonight? Is it more girls, more boys, more? And it's a wide spread of everyone, and it's crazy. All ethnicities, all ages. And someone tweeted me the other day and was like, I'm a 45-year-old man and I want to come to a Youngblood show. Am I going to feel out of place? And I quote retweeted him. I was like, everybody's welcome, any age, any colour, any sexual orientation, any mad hairstyle, any outfit. But unless if you're a member of the NRA or trans or homophobic, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
That's what I tweeted, and everyone responded to him and was like, I'm 55 and I've been to 5 Youngblood shows.
Wow.
And that was so sick for me to see, because I think a common misconception of my message is that I'm a bratty kid going "fuck you" to my parents.
Right.
That's
Rebelling
naive.
for the
That's
sake of it.
almost I'm not that naive.
Yeah.
I'm not that stupid.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I think that's a reflection of my generation as well.
Yeah.
We aren't out to disrespect. We are out to inform and to give context on a world that we are genuinely tapped into.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I would say people under 26 aren't just kind of following a trend anymore, or shouting because we feel we have to.
Yeah.
We genuinely have something to say. We genuinely have a valid input on the world, because we have as much access to information as the next person.
Totally.
The person who's next to me might be 45, he might be 56, or might be 12. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I've got a little sister who's 12, and sometimes the stuff she says I learned from her.
Right.
I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Because when the youth is rebelling, you believe that it has a lot to do with their vision being held back by those who are, as you say, blinded by the cataracts of old ideologies.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, I came up with that line in my head, which I've not put in a song yet, but I just saw it, because that to me means it's not their fault.
Sure.
Cataracts is not someone's blindness by their fault. Blindness is not their fault. It's just they can't relate.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole message of Youngblood is, you as yourself should be heard as yourself.
Right.
And you should feel comfortable. You are comfortable here to be heard as yourself. And it's to make the people who blindly look at you, not out of their fault, but out of the way they've been brought up or society they've been grown up around, to change them and to maybe help them clear that cataracts away. And I always say that if I'm blinded, that's what's so sick. That's what I love about my community.
Yeah.
I can be wrong. You know what I mean? They teach me I'm wrong.
Right.
I'll tweet something and then they'll slag me off, and I'll be like, do you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I should not have. I'm seeing that short-sightedly.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah. And you believe the youth are far more intelligent than they get credit for, thanks to having access to so much more
Completely. I
information?
think the difference between us is that nothing can be hidden anymore.
Yeah.
If 1,000 young people want to do a rally outside Chicago Town Hall or wherever the government building is here, no one can sense that anymore.
Totally.
40 years ago, they could bury it, but now we can't.
It's all out there.
It's all out there, and it's amazing. Like, people say that social media is the demise. I'm like, no, it's not. It gives people a voice who would never normally come above the water.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I love social media. That's why I remain so active on it.
For sure.
You know?
And perhaps you haven't always valued the gravity of education since you mooned your math teacher.
Yes, I did, yes. As I say, like, I was weird in a respect that I always like to remain informed.
Yeah.
And I always like to have something to say in my back pocket, because I think you need to have a leg to stand on if you're going to argue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that was just childish fun. I remember my Jacob Spooner was like, go on, do it. And I love my maths teacher.
Sure.
I loved math. I was like, the thing about me was like, I would try at things I loved.
Uh-huh.
And that was probably my naivety.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I was like, I wrote a poem the other day. What did I say? I was saying, like, I wish I would have tried harder in school to not nonsensically understand some more rules.
Yeah.
Because now I have to think to understand it. I wish I could nonsensically just get it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I hear ya.
And I'm not afraid to admit that. But I remember that was so funny. I remember my mum calling me up. She was like, "You mooning your teacher, what are you playing at?" I was like, "Mum, I'm sorry." It was just like, of course, everyone said, "Dom, do that." And I went, all right.
Yeah. Some have floated the idea that knowledge is the most powerful weapon, which makes you wonder why world leaders are pouring so much money into various forms of destruction instead of offering free college and university.
Exactly. That's exactly the message of King Charles. Mm-hmm. We are completely on the same wavelength. It's like, I just don't understand it. Our priorities are wrong. Why can someone with cancer not get an operation for free, and we can send destruction still into the Middle East?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Why can I not go to university for free, but you can fund putting children in cages at the Mexican border?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. You know, I think our priorities are completely wrong. But I see hope. I see genuine hope in my generation, because we are going to be in those shoes one day.
Yeah.
And we have this fluid of equality where it's not, we're being equal because it's trendy. It's just the way, it's just what's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what is right, man, and that runs through us now. And that's what I want Youngblood to be, a place where people can be free to be who they want to be.
Absolutely.
And who they are. For the chance for two boys or two girls to snog violently in a crowd because they feel like they can't do it in the street. Yeah. For a boy who has shaved his head and dyed it purple and he gets shoved in a locker every day at school. Here you won't have that, because there'll be 15 other people with purple hair next to you. Trust me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a space where no matter what age you are, if you're a 50-year-old, two 50-year-old men kissing in the crowd because they feel they can't, because their generation hammered them down. Here you are allowed to be who you are.
Totally.
Without judgment.
Further removing our rose-colored glasses, though, it's pretty sobering to realize that it's easier for someone in America to buy an assault rifle than it is to buy a beer, for example.
Yeah, dude, I always think that's fucking mental. I've said that on past occasions, you know what I mean? As I say, like, for me, coming to America, and I ain't even American, you know what I mean? Sometimes people go, but you're not American, so keep out of it. I'm like, for the state of humanity, look at it. Look around everybody. We need to look around ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's just complete. That's what I wrote Machine Gun about.
For sure.
The fact that I came over here for the first time and I couldn't buy a beer, but I could buy an assault rifle because I was 18. And I went, wow.
On a lighter note, getting closer to the end here, I understand Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine triggered you to start writing songs?
I was like, it was weird, man. It was always played in the guitar shop that I grew up in.
Yeah.
You know, and people were like, stop that song, shut up. It was like a song that was banned, but it always fascinated me. I think it fascinated me because it was banned.
Sure.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't do it, it turned me on a bit, you know?
And would your grandpa Rick really not let you go to sleep without listening to the Beatles Revolver
album?
album?
Dude, that was literally that was a real thing. It was like, dude, I was like, Granddad, let me sleep. He was like, shut up, man. Come on, this is real music. This is real music. My Granddad Rick is a 70-year-old bloke with a ponytail and wears flares. Too much acid, I think, back in the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to Rick.
Shout out to Rick, man. He's probably watching this on Facebook.
Yeah. And you mentioned feeling like rock and roll has been asleep for a while because of everyone tiptoeing on eggshells, but that doesn't seem to have ever been an issue for you, going all the way back to the egg and spoon race in school.
Yeah, dude, as I say, like, right, it's crazy stuff, man. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I don't know, man. I think I see a shift in it. Mm-hmm. Rock's coming back, guitars are coming back. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not going to drop the egg. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe, hopefully I'll win it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because ultimately rock and roll is all about freedom of expression, to the point where you even welcome the courage of someone wearing a chicken suit to your show if they
completely
so choose.
Dude, if you want, you know what I mean? That's what rock and roll means to me.
Yeah. Rock
and roll isn't 4 leather jackets, middle class kids playing songs about nothing. It's not about bashing your instruments. It's not about just having a guitar on stage. It's about the freedom to be undoubtedly yourself and say undoubtedly without hesitation what you feel.
Right.
And express yourself in a way that you feel is right.
And sometimes we're so focused on being accepted by everyone else that we forget to accept
completely
ourselves.
That's like such a, as I say, man, I just said, I always tweet lyrics or ideas that come to my head as soon as they come to me, you know, just so they're out in the world, and just so, I don't know, just so I can, because by they inspire me, I inspire them. This community is us. It's not me and them. It's like they send me shit and I send them stuff. So I want to put out something that comes to my head instantly. I don't want to save it. And I said, like, be yourself for the people who can't yet.
Wow.
Because the people who can't, when they see you doing it, they will feel they can. Because they see you doing it. Even though they might put you down or have a go at you or act like you're some sort of freak, secretly they're going, that is so cool. They can be themselves. And just as they're shoving your head into the toilet, right. They're going, I wish I could be you.
Totally.
And it's at the end of the day, be yourself for them, be yourself for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like people to know about Youngblood?
As I said, like, come to a show. I'd love to meet you. Welcome to the community if you want to be here. If you don't, all good.
There you have it. Once again, I'm Damon Campbell, and this is Youngblood.
Thank you, man. Rock and roll star.